Got that one too. Back to back to back. Nice. Welcome back, everybody. So we are at our favorite stocker trout lake, trying to catch a limit. We were here not that long ago. I want to say it was a month and a half ago, kind of early in the season, and I think we caught 4. They were decent sized, but we didn't catch a limit. So the goal is to first off catch our limit, and hopefully some of those fish are better sized. They kind of get stocked in here. I think it's right around 10 inches is kind of what they get stocked at. So anything above that would be, great. But let's get after it. We're going to start off with the mini Z Viber. They love vibration, flash, all that sound, because they're very, very curious fish. So that's what we're going to start with. See if we can get into a couple. Let's get after it. I got really lucky on the first hole that we'd popped, and there were fish that were very, very close by. They were moving around a lot, but that's trout, so that's what they'll do. So it seems like we're in a good spot right now. As far as that goes, when I trout fish, I think they get a little bit more weary of light and stuff. So a lot of times when I'm out fishing and there's snow, I will clear it away. But today we left it all. Hopefully keep it a little bit more, natural down there. Hopefully the fish are a little bit less spooky. But now we just have to rip till our arms get tired or we get a bunch of fish. There's a good fish. What are you? About to find out. Eat it. Oh. I don't know if that was that didn't act like a trout, but it was a big fish, whatever it was. Maybe a bass? I don't know. I wouldn't see a bass getting that skittish, but could have been a nice sized crappie. We ended up actually having to move. We saw a couple fish down there, but after a couple fish went through and weren't interested, there's like absolutely nothing. So found some weeds, a little bit of sparse weeds out here, and there were a fair number of fish out here. So we already had 2 come through real quick, but hopefully the next ones that come through are a little bit more interested. Got one. That's not a bad one. What are you? I don't think it's a trout. Under light. This is a bluegill. Oh, that's a good bluegill. Yep. So these are the small ones we've been seeing down there, and there are much, much bigger ones too that I assume are a different species. That's probably a 7.5, 7.25. Not a bad one. But again, those are the small ones. There are much, much bigger ones that are coming through. Was this one gonna eat it? There's one that just passed by that was legit almost 3 foot long. Eat it. Oh, he was right on it. Oh, there are so many big fish in this spot. That fish probably wasn't 3 foot just because it was swimming, but that might have been a 2-foot trout. Like, that thing was absolutely massive. I don't think there are pike in here. So, I mean, whether it was a 2-foot bass or a 2-foot trout, like, crazy. We are... Oh, and it just swam by. It wasn't interested at all. That was heartbreaking. There are so many big fish, though. They don't really act like trout, though. Normally, trout are very darty and swim usually pretty quickly. A lot of these fish are slower moving and just kind of methodical. They aren't, like, going any sort of crazy directions or anything else like that. But there's another one that's not nearly as big. Looks like it's almost a foot, but good gracious. Hopefully we get some of these fish. I don't know. I've put everything I can possibly think of on. I mean, short of like a big plastic. We've put on Z Vibers. I put on a spoon for a little bit. I've put on just tungstens. I've put on tungstens with silkies on them to make them look a little bit bigger. I've put on finesse stuff, literally everything under the sun. And I've only got the one bluegill to bite, so. And again, the bluegill compared to any of these fish looked minuscule on live scope. So I'm hoping at some point in time these things just start turning on. Because if some of these are trout, they're probably my PB trout. Got one. That's not a big one, but we got one. It's not bad, whatever it is. Oh, big old gill. Again, this is one of the small ones. But switch it on over to a micro, I think it's Micro Magic Man, little guy. In hopes for, oh, there's a better one. That's one of the other species. I don't think that's a gill. But just switching up as much as I possibly can to find anything that they will react to. Oh, there comes one screaming in. Got that one too. That one's not big. I wonder if these are all gills. Oh, he's stuck. Oh boy. Oh, that's a crappie. There we go. There we go. A decent little crappie. We might have found a bait that they like, or maybe it's just timing. You can make it, buddy. I know you. There you go. You can flip over. All right. I did tie on a longer leader. I highly doubt that had much to do with the lack of bites, but I figured it couldn't hurt. So we tied on, I think, like a 6-foot leader or something like that. So, oh, there comes another one. We might have just found the bait. And we just need one of those big ones to come in. Got that one too. Back to back to back. Nice. Is this crappie or bluegill? Oh, it's a tank gill. Oh my gosh. Tank. Absolute tank. We're gonna have to measure him. He is so fat. And again, this isn't even what the big ones were. Holy cow. He came out for trout and we're catching everything but, and I'm happy about it. That is almost a 9.5. But he is so tall and fat. Holy cow. We might have found the bait. No, just one of those big ones needs to come in and smoke it. There's a bigger one. What are you? Oh, there's so many small ones. I'm not going to be able to keep it away to get the big one, I don't think. Oh, the big one's right there. I got the wrong one. No. Quick, get up here. That's a good fish, but I want the other one. Get up here. Oh, that's a monster gill again. I feel greedy because that's like a 9+. We'll see if we can't measure him real quick. There's that big one still down there. He is 9. Get down there, buddy. I want that other one. It was bigger. It was longer, so that other one might have been a crappie, but he's right there. Get down there. Get down there. Get down there. Oh, I'm right behind him. Oh, he turned for it. Oh, he's coming for it. He touched it. Eat it. No. He didn't eat it. He touched it, but he didn't want it. There's a trout. For a fact. Acting very trout-like. Eat it. Oh, I touched it. No. Oh. Oh, he's still there. Got him. That's for sure, trout. 200%. And again, so this is a trout. It's a decent one. But those other fish that were on the bottom looked twice as big as this guy. So I don't know if they were just massive, massive trout, or if they were bass. Again, I don't think there's pike in here, so I don't know what else they would be. But that's probably a 14. Let me measure them up real quick. We're keeping them, so measure real quick, get them unhooked. Trout always tweak out like crazy as soon as you have them on ice. Nope, nope. There you go. I'm guessing 13. 13. We are. This is the opposite way of how we should measure, but he has 13, a little bit over a quarter. 13 and a quarter. Again, so that's a good fish for here because they are stocked much smaller than that. So we'll keep him. Keep fishing for those big ones. I haven't seen the big one for quite a while, so I'm afraid he went shallow or somewhere else, but they're starting to bite a little bit better, that's for sure. There's one coming fast. That's a trout too. Got it. That's definitely a trout too. Again, these are small. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bull and drag. There he is. Ooh. And again, these are the small ones. Or this is small compared to the ones that were down there. There he is. Another almost the exact same size as the last one. That one might be a quarter inch smaller. Alright. Let's take care of him and see if we can't get some more. Maybe we will get a limit yet. There's a smaller one. Got that one. Right in front of a bigger one's face. There's a little guy. Oh, that is a small one. Oh, took my waxy. Get back in there. Come on. Maybe we'll put on a spike. Try that. Alright. Back down. Take all of 30 seconds to get all the way down there. I touched it. Got him. Not a big one. A little guy. Oh. A little bit bigger than he looked, maybe? Huh. It's a good gill. Again, these look absolutely tiny on screen. So what were the things that were... Many things that were over a foot. Then there was a couple that looked like they were 2 feet. Oh gosh. That one smoked it. What are you? Not one of the big ones either, but he got aggressive as soon as another one got close to him. Gill. Yeah, he came in real slow until another one got near it. Oh, come on. Ooh. There we go. Little guy. There's a couple more that are gills down there. There's one that's probably a nice size gill. Off the screen now. There's a small one. You gonna eat? That's it. He'll eat. Yep. Another small one. Oh. Oh, he's pulling. He's pulling drag. Even though these aren't like real big gills, they do fight hard. Oh, that one's actually a pretty good one. Not gonna lie. Well, the gills are getting fired up. What? Going 8 8.5. Oh, almost 8. Oh, 8 3/4. He doesn't look a ton bigger than some of the other ones we caught. Alright. Well, the gills are fired up. At least something is. Haven't seen any of those big ones for a little bit, so this might be a mission for another day. Alright. Got another one on. Oh. And he is tiny. If that was a big bass or something, we probably could have put him on a tip up. Odd that we catch the smallest one right at the end. But there's one. Let's get not a bad one. Ooh. You're decent. Ah, not really. Smaller gill. There's another one down there though. Oh, come on, let go. Oh, you're waxy. Got one. Oh, that's not one of the big ones. That's not a bad one though. What are you? This will certainly be the last one of today. Oh, gill. Not a big one, but not a bad one. Alright, that will be our last one of today. Go ahead and let him go. So, we caught a lot of decent fish today. Can't be mad at that at all. We caught some trout. We didn't get our limit, but that is what it is. In all honesty, I think we caught all the trout that I saw. So that's great. That being said, I really wish we could have ended up catching any of those big fish. I don't know what they were. It's a mystery. We'll have to be back out to figure them out. My best guess would be either smart trout or bass. But they didn't look quite as bulbous as bass should have been. And as far as like the trout goes, they didn't really act a ton like trout. So I don't know if they were or not. So who knows? But they looked on LiveScope right about 2 foot. And whether that was a trout or a bass, probably really close to my PB. The biggest bass I've ever caught was 8 pounds 3 ounces, and that was 24.5 inches. So if there's a 24-inch bass, that would have been really close to my biggest. Trout, that probably also would have been my biggest trout. So whatever it was, I really would have liked to catch it, but it is what it is. But we will most certainly come back out at some point in time to see if we can't figure out what some of those bigger fish were. But as always, if you guys like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, and if you want to see more videos like it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated also. Till the next one.